Alrighty, it is district breakdown time. My man Matt Harris is with me, our Inside High School Sports Insider. We are talking 23-6A. Last year it was an introduction to 6A for Shadow Creek. They stumbled around a little bit in district play because those Pearland teams were pretty good. What do you think is going to happen this year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, district play Shadow Creek fared pretty well, 4-1 with a narrow loss to Dawson, who had a very impressive squad last year. 6-4 overall for the Sharks, which is 3 times as many losses as they had in program history. Of course, that's what you get when you go 32-1 or 31-1, whatever it was in your first 2 seasons of varsity football. But Shadow Creek had a little bit of a rough awakening in 6A. Lost to Katy in round 3. And they're going to have to really reload this year. They lose Kyron Drones at quarterback, who's off to Baylor, C.J. Guidry at wide receiver, Kelvin Brown in the backfield, Greg Hancock out wide as well. So they're going to have to retool pretty much the entire offense. Defense does return Jaden Scott, who is a fantastic player for them, but a lot of retooling to do at Shadow Creek. Now, the real shine of the district was Pearland Dawson. 1 loss on the year to North Shore in round 2. Of course, North Shore, in all reality, was probably the second best team in the entire state behind Westlake, who they lost to in round 5. But the thing with Dawson is they returned Colin Johnson at quarterback, 2 wide receivers who were outstanding for them last year, and Ashton Stroman and Ryan Gillow. But they lose running backs Jaden Stewart and Torrance Burgess to graduation. So I think if Dawson can figure out the running back situation, they should probably win the district again, depending on how the ever-talented Shadow Creek Sharks retool the offense.
Yes, it's very tough at the top there. And I know Shadow Creek's going with Coach's son, Coach Butler's son at quarterback this year. He's going to have 2 years at him at the helm there, at the range running the quarterback position. What else do you see out of this district? I know the A-Leaf ISD is going to struggle to maybe get a playoff spot, but maybe they will get one this year.
Yeah, I like the A-Leaf schools a lot and what they do. They just get stuck in a really tough district with, your Dawsons, Shadow Creek, Pearland, Strake, Jesuit. All 4 of those teams are teams that are capable of going to the 3rd round or better in any given year. So it's really tough. I like Pearland a lot as well in this district with all the talent that they return. 8-3 last season, 5-2 in district. Lost to Atascocita in the 2nd round, 21-6. They had a very impressive defense last year, and the offense had to go kind of through a learning curve. And that's good because they return a lot on offense. Quarterback Jake Sock is back. Running back Dominic Cerna, wide receiver Isaac Sanchez, all back. And that's not even to mention on the defensive side of the ball to kind of continue that defensive excellence from a year ago. They return Ezeal Jones, who I believe was the co-defensive newcomer of the year. So they've got a chance to really compete at the top of this district and maybe move up from where they were a year ago based on what they have coming back. And then Strake Jesuit, I think, struggled last year relative to maybe what they're used to. They had to replace more talent than just about anybody in the state, but they return a few key pieces. They return running back Joel Crawford and wide receivers Will Taylor and Holden Maples, which will help transition whoever steps in at quarterback to replace Connor O'Hara.
I like the way you brought up Dominic Cerna from Pearland because he won our bracket challenge, our play of the week bracket, because he got that big 99-yard touchdown run in the non-district play. I'm glad to see him coming back. This should be a nice fight. I wouldn't mind seeing an A-Leaf team try to fight into that last playoff spot, but like you said, it's going to be difficult. So we will see how this district pans out, and I appreciate it. We got one more district left to go, 24-6A, and we'll talk about that next week.
Yes, sir.